What, some kind of elite?
Hey, huge shout out to PC Gamer for having me do this as well. I'm really excited.
Gaming congress? No, not a congress. Something much less democratic. The council. Who is the council? A whispered rumor, a rare excuse to wear cloaks. All these and more, a scattered lineage of enlightened
Hey, that's a Street Fighter on there.
Distant past, before Doom, before Pong, even before people thought backgammon was exciting. Which games are good? In every age, sages and mystics have sought the answer in tea leaves and tossed bones.
What's going on, Vince, by the way?
Ancient oracles scouring the stars for something more fun than tic-tac-toe. Over millennia.
Thank you all for being there. Appreciate it.
This work has continued, but the task grows only greater. We live in an era of gaming bounty. Each year, innumerable games. Every day, dozens of roguelikes.
My God, they're showing my backlog.
More esoteric simulators.
How's the volume for everyone? Is everyone the volume okay?
Landmark releases. Triumphs of the art swallowed in moments by the onrushing tide. It's... well, frankly, it's...
Trying to enjoy quarantine? Oh, no.
Starfield? Oh, sure. I'm only in Act 2 of Baldur's Gate 3 after 48 hours, but I can fit in time for Starfield. Oh, silly me.
You know, it's Closet Simpler for?
Warfare, but Mon, what's that? Counter-Strike 2? Payday 3? Lovely. Let me just... would it be clear to play the Bluey video?
Bluey!
I hear very good things about this dog.
Let's go, Bluey. Shout out to Bluey.
PC gaming as an unchecked force, ever expanding. No single individual, however enlightened, could peer across the boundless churn of new games and emerge unbroken. Not alone. Summons were written, invitations to
What a presentation for this. This is outstanding.
its kind.
He wasn't feeling well yesterday. Wife has COVID now. Alas, I have dodged it. Oh my lord.
Their well-worn mice and
Hope she feels better though.
Ritual knives. Their grimoires.
Alright, I'm gonna bust all ads again.
Game facts of yore. With eyes unveiled to greater truths, they
hopefully
it's
like a light version
of the games of tomorrow. The product of their grim duty. A foretelling.
Well, let me play ads. Hello?
Unreleased games, divined from promise, pedigree, and occasionally purely on vibes.
Secret.
Most wanted. Tallying the most wanted requires meddling in forces even the council fears. Forces like numbers.
Don't die. Go only go with 0. Oh my lord.
How then are their votes tallied? To determine the most wanted games, the council looked to the obscure corners of the earth. There, in the bowels of a dungeon, they consulted with sages called statisticians, paying them handsomely.
By the way, that McDonald's thing is December 11th.
These math practitioners crafted an algorithm that would reveal, out of thousands of games, the ones worthy of our attention.
Alright, how are these games selected?
The way that it's going to work is that there
is a
spreadsheet that is given to every single panelist or council member, and that should contain a list of all of the games that are currently sort of in play for the next year or however long we're looking ahead. Basically, it's very simple. They're asked to put a mark next to it against how excited they are for that upcoming release.
X-Defiant. Where is X-Defiant, man?
Scaled sort of.
I'm really enjoying that game.
Super excited about it. -1 is kind of actively, this looks bad. We're randomizing the sort order of that list for everyone so that one of the things with voting systems is that you get a bias towards stuff at the top of the list. It gets voted on higher, and then by the time you're down at number 100, people have lost interest. So we're randomizing it to keep that nice and stable. Some of the council members are what we're calling kind of core council members. They're going to be required to vote on every single new game as they're added to the overall list, so about once a month or so. For reasons
physical magazines,
become
right?
Later. But the rest of the panel, they don't have.
Didn't they used to provide software as well?
We're also
PC gaming, the PC magazine,
games that people have voted on previously to the top. So
we'll not get rid of it off. X Defiant's coming back.
Like, yeah, okay.
Been waiting for Lightyear for a while. This gaming came with demo disc. Not only came with demo disc, but it came with like software. If you want to test out certain software, I remember.
When someone has finished casting,
good on Skill Mama.
There's a button that they can tick, and it says.
Yeah, they should do demo disc.
Checks that
oh, those were the days. Imagine, remember those? Remember the fun times?
Is done.
When things were simple.
And then sometime later, Evan or one of the team members at PC Gamer will run a separate spreadsheet that goes through all of those councillors' individual ballots and reads those results, moves them into a personal history so the councillor can see their own.
I only had PlayStation Magazine demo disc. I remember getting PC Mag. There was another one with like if you wanted to test out like Photoshop or it's an Adobe one, and then I had the anime one because the anime one had like shows like a certain episode of shows or shows coming out.
Normal way of just add them all up and divide by how many votes you got.
VFX Voodoo. Yep.
Whereas
I don't remember the name of them, but I remember PC Mag is
a variable number of panelists, and we're going to have a variable number of titles, and not every panelist is going to be required
5 minutes
every title, which means the IRS.
Will let me play an ad now?
Would probably skew the results a little bit.
All right, well I tried.
So we looked for an alternative, which is where we landed on the Bayesian averaging technique.
I'm happy work gave me every Thursday and Friday off for the rest of the year. What the hell? Because you've been probably been working so many hours. They're like, this guy needs to stop. We need to stop this guy somehow. That's amazing, Skill. Growing up, I had you had Windows 98 computer that could barely run Internet Explorer, Exploder. Well, that's your first problem.
Title by title. To make sure that
I think you may have had a bootleg computer if you have Internet Explorer.
Those titles that perhaps have a lower profile, so you may have so that we don't swamp.
You sure you had Windows? Or you had Mirror? You had Mirror 98.
I guess if you start off
sure I feel about Internet Exploder.
Where you add everything up and divide it by the number. It's then
Joe Fire out here running Mirror 98 here.
It's almost ever so slightly weighting it with some prior
from Macrosoft.
That guess is.
Your ones use Netscape? Oh my gosh! I used to make websites with Netscape. The computer had a tendency to download a ton of viruses. Damn.
It would then drift as more votes are collected.
Well, like, do you not hear the computer you had? You don't have Internet Explorer. You had Internet Exploder.
So if we know that the core panelists,
and now we know the content you've been consuming.
3 or whatever.
I remember Netscape Navigator. I used to make like websites with it. Like,
so we can use that and say, well, okay, if absolutely everyone on the panel voted on this, then it would be with about 3.
It wasn't me. My dad went on those sites.
Half of the non-core panel have voted and they're coming in at 4 or 5. Then we know that the core panel would fill in the blanks kind of for the remaining quarter and bring it down a little bit.
And we're able to tailor it.
Oh yeah, I remember this. I had to look at this for a minute here.
To the high versus.
For me, it was all about 3D pinball.
To join the council.
Dude took 4 floppy disks. Oh my gosh! Remember B drive disc? Yeah, you had to put it in and like lock it. Remember those?
Forged with
I was 8.
Forbidden depths.
Listen here.
Shaped by forgotten craft.
Young minds want to explore young. Okay. 040 fire.
Icons.
I remember I remember getting a bunch of gifts and making comics. All I remember GeoCities with all this, with everyone had glitter. It will change your mouse to like a multiple mouse because it was so cool. Or it will change your mouse into glitter. There was so many glitter sites.
Accuracy and precision.
Oh my lord.
Honed with skill. the hammer. Building
5 1/4 floppy
cutting
disk, 3
stones and
a half
raising
inch,
walls
half
of
floppy
simulated
disk,
cities and
MySpace.
survival
MySpace.
fortresses.
You see, I feel like MySpace is like started a different era.
Forward, the joy of motion and speed.
Commodore 64 with cassette tapes. I do remember that.
Bunny hopping.
I feel like MySpace started a whole other era.
Many
So
sides of fate, and there are many roles to play. The clasped hands.
it's just crazy that a bunch of us will actually remember a time before internet and before Google.
Sharing of stories and gazing into the glow.
ICQ, yeah, ICQ. I also used AIM. I remember when we had AIM up here. Do you remember when we had? A lot of people don't know we had Sprint up here in Canada. There was no Rogers. Rogers was not a thing yet.
Play, and the wisdom to recognize them.
All right, 1 minute.
More than a token with a delightful weight in the hand.
I used to run home to hit the dial-up to get on BBC. BBC so I could kill my friends like on a drug war on one of those early online games.
None but the Queen's keepers hold the power to choose the most wanted.
Vince running that internet exploder.
PC
I miss chat rooms.
Most wanted will begin shortly.
30 seconds, chat. Back my day, we would have had to stand up and change the channel. Who do you think the TV remote was growing up? Me. I was the TV remote.
PC gaming show Most Wanted will begin shortly.
Thank you. Thank you, announcer. You think it was a TV remote growing up? This guy. I was the youngest. Youngest, you automatically became the TV remote. All right, chat. Here we go. Ooh. Mature audiences. Are we all mature? Chi-Chi? Up-tempo theme music. I like it. I should leave then? I mean, with your history, just saying.
Hello and welcome to the PC Game
it's Frankie.
Most Wanted, powered by Intel.
Hi, Frankie.
I'm your host, Frankie Ward, streaming to you from the Churchill War Rooms, London's underground government command bunker built back in World War II. But why the fortified venue? Well, today we are doing the world's most dangerous work, putting numbers on video games. Maybe you've noticed there are a lot of video games lately. That's why over the next hour and a half of previews and exclusive reveals, we'll be counting down the definitive ranking of unreleased PC games as selected by the
hour and a half. You guys are with me for an hour and a half. Really? You guys are with me all day. I'm streaming all day, chat.
We've tasked
Maybe.
legendary
I don't
game
know.
developers, accessibility experts, game critics, and content creators with choosing which games of tomorrow deserve your attention today. We tallied up those votes to build the Most Wanted, the top 25 up
The Most Wanted
by the finest minds in video games.
I'm not in here.
We didn't stop there. We traveled around the world to meet with developers in their studios, gathering first-hand info from the minds behind the games we want most. We'll be airing those interviews throughout the show.
Yes.
And that's not
if you want me to sign it for you as well, Pete, let me know.
A showcase of games we think you'll be talking about in the near future. We'll also highlight games on the PC Gaming Show. Some
of these games may be on console, but they will be definitely showing majority of games on PC.
Let's kick things off with the number 25 game on the Most Wanted.
DJ, we saw your boy Day 9 on here.
I mean, what better setting for our first game than a collapsing oil rig off the Scottish coast haunted by an otherworldly monster?
Amazing.
This psychological horror game features 0 weapons, but I'm sure
an avocado
will be totally fine. From the Chinese Room, the studio behind Dear Esther and Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs, this is one of only 2 horror games in our countdown.
Need help hostage?
Number 25.
Yep.
Still Wakes the Deep.
Wait, this is where like when you were underwater, right?
Hey there, PC Gaming Show. My name's Jason Graves, and I'm super excited to be able to officially
Volume's okay for everyone, right?
Music composer for Chinese Room's Still Wakes the Deep. The Chinese Room.
This was showed at the Xbox show.
Incredible music in their games, and I'm really excited to be a part of it.
We knew very quickly that we wanted to work with Jason because we're not only doing scary music. We're not only trying to scare the player, there's other emotions we're also trying to evoke. So we needed someone who could walk that very fine line that we're trying to achieve. Yeah.
I can be scary all day, and that's fun. But what really makes it fun, I think, is that combination.
I can be scary all day.
Emotional and scary, because one sort of feeds the other. The setting of the rig in the middle of the ocean felt like the score needed to be sort of smaller and dialed in. We sort of split the sounds of the score in half, and one half of the score.
This is a game I am looking forward to, though.
Wins. You can't replace live players. These players are fantastic, and it's about the emotion and the humanity. The other half of the score is a synthesizer and an actual sound sculpture.
Reasonable volume, high enough to hear this section, low enough the louder section, likely in the show.
He ended up creating a sculpture.
What about me? How do I sound?
Rig. Every surface of it can be tapped, bowed, scraped, or rubbed, and it makes all these different sounds. And they are about as non-human and non-emotionally tender or sensitive as you can get. It's the opposite end of the spectrum.
It's an emotionally complex game, and I think the music is able to reflect this with the use of these several different families of instruments.
And this game, I think, is going to be another fantastic entry in the Chinese Room catalog.
Donald's Canada is messing with me. I'm excited for this game. Very excited.
Our list of most wanted.
You're louder than a video.
Was voted for by a hand.
As it should be.
More than 70 industry experts we inducted into a not so secret society called the Council. Let's hear from some of them.
It is I, Miss Mika, the bane of Romania. I am a member of the council.
My name is Marina Hallikainen. I'm from Colossal Order.
My name is Chris Barassa. I'm the creative director at Red Hook Studios. I'm here to reveal that in addition to being a little sunburnt, I'm a member of the council.
I voted strongly for Tiny Glade and Dragon's Dogma 2.
Hey, I'm Jessica Klein from Blackbird Interactive, and I'm one of the voters who helped select the games in the PC gaming show Most Wanted.
Hello, my name is Esfand, and I'm a member of the council.
And who is on this mysterious council? It could be anyone. Even Sid Meier.
I got an Illuminati.
Where am I? I don't want to. I'm still under initiation. I shouldn't even be telling you this, Zach.
Number 24.
I'm under initiation. I can't.
Games have a special capacity for movement, for empowering us to move in ways
Is he holding a Buster Sword? Listen, it's a whole council thing. We can't talk about it. Can't talk about it.
Worldly terrain. And if anyone can turn gliding on a magic sword into an experience of meditative wonder, it's the visual and musical artists behind Abzu and Journey.
Dwarf Fortress is a PC classic, famous as a factory of unforgettable stories. After releasing way back in 2006, Dwarf Fortress finally migrated to Steam 1 year ago. Soon, the masterpiece of sandbox simulation is expanding even further with a revival of its celebrated roguelike game mode. Fresh from the mountain home, here's an exclusive
McDonald's is messing with me.
return of Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode.
They're messing with me.
Hi, this is Arn and Zach, the creators of Dwarf Fortress. Here we're in this cool fortress with the dwarf Vukar working on an artifact.
What we got
He's
here?
made Kasha Zunal a gold ring for his family. But now I'm going to retire this fort because I want to hold this ring in my own hand.
What? That was your father's fort. You just give it up like that already?
Make a character
Unbelievable. Kids these
anyone I
days.
want, even a whole party. Let's take this one.
Who's this Hippo Man?
Fight monsters, join a faction, or go off to an old fortress to steal our ring. I've arrived with my hippo friend. We're pretending we belong here, sneaking down into the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the workshop. Let's grab the ring. There's a huge map to explore. Adventure mode is a great way to experience the world of Dwarf Fortress.
I don't think I've ever heard of a Hippo Man.
Dwarf Fortress's Adventure Mode will venture forth in the second quarter of 2024. Next up in our countdown, we've got another great-looking independent game.
What you got?
Set in an eerie Polish town in the 1990s, Holston blends throwback pixel art, modern dynamic lighting, and mixed camera perspectives that caught the eye of our judges.
Number 23, Holston.
Whoa.
Pomóż kobiecie w potrzebie. Uważaj tam na siebie.
Damn.
Byłaś stamtąd, jeśli wciąż niczego nie znalazłeś.
You want to play this, Zach?
O mój Boże, światła nie działają. I co mam zamiast z tym zrobić? Masz jakiś pomysł?
This looks great. It's like when you're in action mode, it's like almost like Resident Evil 4. No scavenging games? Alright, I'm sold. Play the demo. What? Play the demo? Where's my Steam? We're checking this one out right away. You can just switch into that point? Okay, that's cool. Name? Wish list now. This is Laura Croft's sister? What's going on here? Is that the bird from Up? Laura Croft. Can you imagine? Under a rock. Oh, like it? It's like if I knew. Look at that. Lisa Croft.
Explore a world that everyone forgot in Under a Rock,
I like
launching in early access next summer. Up next, the clock ticks towards the dark hour once again. February brings a long overdue reimagining for the game that found the magic mix of...
What was that game called that we saw? The one that everyone's talking about?
In the 22 slot, here's a message from game producer Ryoto Nitsuma about the upcoming remake of Persona.
What was the Polish game called? Oh, thank you.
Number 22, Persona 3 Reload.
Okay, I am looking for this. Why did they just bust this one out here? Persona 3? Let's go.
Persona 3 Reload プロデューサーの新妻亮太です。
Yeah, I got the demo for it.
この度は数多くのタイトルからモーストウォンテッドゲームズに本作を選んでいただき誠にありがとうございます。
Hey, no, thank you.
大きな期待を感じられて
Oh, thank me, thank you. Thank you, Pete.
その思いに応えられるようにしなければと開発一同身が引き締まる思いです。ペルソナシリーズの
Lisa Croft game had what?
今の P スタジオの手で装いを新たに生まれ変わったペルソナ3リロード。本作の登場キャラクターの一人天田健の紹介映像を先日公開しましたが 見ていただけましたでしょうか。まだ見られていない方のためにも本日はこちらを皆さんと一緒に見ていきたいと思います。ではどうぞ。
So, I decided to call this meeting to introduce him to the rest of the squad.
I'll try not to get in anyone's way.
Swallow will air this winter as a TV special.
Huh?
Excuse me?
Wow, a spin-off with Swallow as the main character. I gotta make sure I record that. Yeah, I watch it every week without fail. But this TV special is big news. Swallow doesn't usually make much of an impression, but there's a theory that he's actually stronger.
There's calendar in the background.
I heard that from a friend. I chose a long weapon so I could match the reach of an adult.
Wow.
I hit my shin again.
This kid promises not to get in the way, but hits shin.
Now's my chance. I'm catching this.
Dude, I haven't played a Persona game yet. I feel like I need to play a Persona game.
シーズとして活躍する初等部の少年天田健。
Are these games so long?
手に入れて一緒に戦ってみてください。ペルソナ3ロードはこれまで
And they're all available. They're available on like through Game Pass. I think this. I should have no excuse.
自信を持ってより鮮明に描かれる感動をお届けいたします。ペルソナ3リロードは2024年2月2日に
February 2nd. At this point, I have no idea where to start. Maybe I think because they're not all connected. They're like they're each their own.
ありがとうございました。
They ignore episode 1 and the 2 parts of 2. Just overdo 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, there's no way for you to play Persona 1 or 2, right? Buy more wagons. 4v4 showdowns. Make your own level. What in the world? Don't derail. Unreal 2 back on track.
Unregular II steams into early access in 2024.
Nice. And I see what she did there.
Our march through the most wanted with a game that's a truly handcrafted work of art.
I see what she did there.
A stop-motion story of friendship on an alien seabed, featuring a lovingly sculpted ensemble of stranded weirdos. Let's take a look.
It's 2021.
Number 21. Harold Hbot.
Hi. More than 10 years ago, we started building tiny sets and puppets to make our game Harold Hbot.
Now, the wait is almost over. Enjoy our new trailer.
Learning about people is a kind of adventure.
I feel like you gotta try the game just due to their efforts alone.
Worlds that exist within the fedora.
Oh, you know how hard it is to do puppet animation?
Barren and uninhabitable from the outside. Usually when you make contact with it, you'll find plenty of life and laughter there.
Hello again, my alien fish bud. How are you doing? Too bad you can't tell me.
What?
Were you? I quite wondered if maybe you'd take Harold with you.
What is this fish?
To the cave? Yes, to investigate the source of the particles.
Humans are so unpredictable and complicated.
You are complicated. You're not
To
wrong.
understand.
You're not wrong.
Witness the future of Fedora.
I thought you said it wasn't a vote.
It's not. I just happen to agree with them. Is that Dr. Computer? You may commence stage D as discussed. Something is afoot. Too many things that don't add up.
It all seems a bit fishy to me.
Really? Fish friend, you dare say that term? It's fishy to me? Come on. All right, you got me. Yeah, it's coming on. It's coming on systems as well. Zero Fire. I'm invested.
You must understand. Sands of Ulra is a great entry in the blossoming ARPG genre, and you can play it today on Steam. We have suffered. Faced the corruption, ruin, and death. But we have also experienced beauty. Kindness, union, and ingenuity. Yet there is much left to be discovered. Maybe together, we'll find something here worth saving.
Now let's see some more titles.
Oh, available now.
Games.
All right. This chicken. What we got here? What? G.I. Joe Wrath of the Cobra? Get together with your friends online or local play. G.I. Joe. I did not see that coming at all. Uh-oh. Yeah, Ninja Turtles kicked off the whole nostalgia, and they're like, well, we got G.I. Joe. What are we gonna do with it? Echoes of a Plum Groove? Sorry, it was covered by the sign. Befriend or fight with other people? Up to 200 people?
G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra, Echoes of the Plum Grove, and Lost Isle on the PC Gaming Show Steam page. Back to you, Frankie.
Whoa. 200 people? That looks like a Valheim game.
2023 has been one of the best years
Oh, the phone.
for RPGs. With Baldur's Gate 3 ushering in a renaissance for classic role-playing, could there be a better time for a game set in a new universe from Ed Greenwood, creator of The Forgotten Realms? For a closer look at the upcoming RPG sandbox, we traveled to Montreal, Canada to speak with the developers.
Let's go!
Of Hold Witchstone.
Canada! Like Rust clone? That's true.
Empires, gods, they rise and they fall. The actions of individuals set the course of history.
I'm interested in it though.
And you are one of them.
It hasn't been relevant in 30 years. I think it's making a comeback. Wait, what do you mean 30 years? Didn't they have a movie like a couple of years ago? I was like, wait a minute. wait, hold the phone. Lost Isles. I might add to my wish list. Trains and dinosaurs. And it's Canadian.
Fate.
And it's Canadian. Montreal.
I'm Malik Bukira. I'm a co-founder of Spearhead Games, and on the game side, do creative direction and design. The aspects of the tabletop experience of RPGs that we really want to bring, the freedom is a big aspect, and not just the freedom, the sense of...
You played an early version of Witchstone? Oh.
It's cool, you can do different things, but you want that world to respond, and on tabletop, you have a game master, you have other players, there's always a response to the things you do. Freedom is also about creativity, feeling clever, feeling like you did things your way.
Like a tabletop RPG, players are more free to do stuff that they want to do, right? Usually in CRPGs, you'll see
at PAX 2020.
Locked into
Makes sense. Are you going to PAX this year? Oh, sorry, not this year. Next year.
Sort of philosophically, the player can construct their own sentences.
When it comes to dialogue, we added something that's really cool and unique, which we call the influence system, and it unlocks interacting with characters, talking to them at a really cool level. So you start by determining something you want from that character, whether it's just following you around, meet you somewhere, attack someone, give you something.
Maybe undecided? Fair enough, fair enough.
Or join you as a companion even if you want. And then you pick an approach.
Are you gonna come to the next meetup for your breadsticks?
Sweet talk them, be charming about it, you can threaten them, you can blackmail them. You can
Damn right, blackmail them, let's go!
Have like a smart character. If you're a cleric, maybe you can convince them it's the right religious thing to do.
We decided on turn-based combat because, first of all, it is truer to the tabletop experience, but also, like our dialogue and a lot of the choices that you make in the game, we really want players to have the time to reflect and sort of make the best tactical decisions, even in combat.
You can find Unforgiven Witchstone on Steam. It's still in development, but you can wishlist it already and join the conversation about the game.
Beautiful. And they have a cake!
A world's worth of stories is ours to tell.
You coming for New Year's?
Launching in early
You
access
can meet up
on
then?
Steam on January 25th, 2024.
Okay.
What a
That's so
moment
soon.
RPGs are having, eh? You can add every game on our wishlist to your Steam wishlist by visiting the PC Gaming Show Steam page. Go to pcgamer.com/wishlist for a full list of every game in today's show. Up next on our most wanted list, you'll want to keep your blaster hand ready.
I'm ready.
In a galaxy of scoundrels, sometimes it pays to shoot first.
Number 20, Star Wars.
Star Wars, okay. From Ubisoft. What you got for us?
Hey there, I'm Ammunition. I'm a
Hi,
content
Ann.
creator, but if you couldn't tell, I'm also a huge Star Wars nerd. I'm really excited about Star Wars Outlaw.
There's no way.
I have
Fake
very
fan.
high hopes for it because
Fake
Star Wars
fan. No
universe
way.
Obviously, is very cool. They're focusing on kind of more of the original trilogy era, which is very cool. But I'm also happy that they are not doing a Jedi or Force sensitive.
I
thing.
agree
At
with
least
her
that's what
there.
it appears from the trailer, but rather just like a heist video game, which should be really cool. And I love seeing developers lean into single player games because not everything needs to be multiplayer, not everything needs to be online. I love single player stories that are
It reminds this reminder you need to drive your daughter to school early for her Star Wars club. Oh my lord. This is a Star Wars club at your daughter's school? That's wild. Hell yeah, we get to see Ammunition on stream. Let's go. I am looking forward to this game as well. I will tell you, when I went to Montreal, they were doing recordings for this game, and we weren't supposed to see that during the tour. We're like, oh, Isn't that Star Wars? They gave us a tour for they brought us for Mirage, and then they gave us a tour of the studio, and we were walking around like oh yeah, this is where we do like all the voices, and we're like, isn't that Star Wars for right there?
What do you mean? Don't test me.
Hey, man!
Boosters.
A Wild West of robots? I'm down for that. Turn-based strategy.
Finally, a challenge.
Locked and loaded.
They make us avoid bastards. Okay.
Lighten the fuse.
It's wild bastards. Instead of the void, it's wild.
This space western roguelike hits high noon when Wild Bastards arrives on Steam in 2024. Coming up on The Most Wanted, our exclusive on-location interviews with the development studios creating Path of Exile 2 and Homeworld 3. Plus, we're giving away a custom-built Intel PC. You like computers, don't you?
Well, we need a computer to play all these games. What do you mean, Frankie? Come on.
We have all heard that devils may cry. But do they kickflip? From Devolver Digital, a dreamlike game of diabolical skating.
Yes. Okay, I'm looking forward to this game as well.
Number 19.
Skate Story. This game looks outstanding.
We got our first glimpse of Skate Story way back in 2020.
Yep.
Leaving us with fevered visions of a demon with glass skin, a skateboard, and a quest to swallow the moon. Pairing a vivid afterlife realm with the acrobatic and dangerous play of skateboarding seems like the perfect thematic match. Our Most Wanted experts are desperate to land an unholy heel flip in the underworld.
When is it coming out?
Now,
you can't just tease me like that. What is it coming out?
Weaknesses: scurvy and poor infrastructure. But in this
where was it coming out?
The true pirate utopia is yours to build, ensuring the golden age of piracy lives on. Coming in 2024, here's the world premiere, Republic of Pirates, Ireland.
That was a good tease there. Alright. I can't remember what pirate game there was a pirate game that I tried out years ago. Republic of Pirates. What am I looking at here? Data Jack. Remember how we thought the future was just going to be filled with punk heads? But they're not wrong. I feel like that was when I tried maybe it was last year. Dude, the stuff people are doing is outrageous. first-person pixel art, like that's outrageous. Data Jack 2020. Remember the year 2020?
To add some mega corporate espionage to your Steam wishlist, find
It was definitely not Skull and
2020
Bones. That game never came out
Steam
yet.
page at pcgamer.com/wishlist.
That game never came out yet, but that game has to come out.
Continues with the first strategy game selected by our panel of judges. Menace is coming to us from Hooded Horse, a specialty strategy publisher, and Overhyped Studios, the folks who made the gritty tactical medieval game Battle Brothers. Now they're trading low fantasy for the far future in their first 3D game. Get ready to give those aliens hell, but not too quickly, as this is a turn-based game.
Skate Story! Tease me! Alright, we got here Menace. It's coming out next year, Skull and Bones. It has to. It's against the law. It's literally against the like they legally have to bring that game out. That was very fast. Go, Chia! Chia on Steam? Oh my god. Good call. Good call. This was original. Let's go. And in March, my birthday month? Oh my lord. Pick this game up now, chat. Pick it up. You can become a bird and literally poop on people's heads. And you can learn the ukulele. Now that you can learn the ukulele, you can poop on heads. Wait, there's new powers? What are you doing? No, you get it now, Pete. You get it now.
The world as we know it.
You get it now.
Is dead. But with every death, new life blossoms. A life crying out into the void for its survival tooth and nail. A life that adapts, overcomes, and continues to rise above.
I wish this is 220 strong. Oh my lord. Have you made a backlog on how long to beat?
Wage war.
Skill, I feel like you need to do this. Make an account on how long to beat and just add games that you plan on playing. You haven't? My backlog for this year alone is pretty disgusting. Of games that I need to finish. It's pretty bad. Although
Up next,
this month we did very good for completing games this month. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We completed 9 games. Oh wait, 10. There's a corridor. I didn't put that on
But
it.
something more concentrated, like the studio's recent sci-fi RPG, The Outer Worlds.
What do you mean you
And
consider
here's
it?
another curveball.
How dare you?
The gameplay reveal trailer showed flintlock pistols.
It gives you it'll give you all the hours to beat the games as well. Yeah. So for my backlog, it tells me it'll take me 32 days to beat it.
Avowed has me super excited because of the studio making it.
I dance gaming.
From Fallout New Vegas to The Outer Worlds, they've shown us they know how to make an RPG that I'm gonna love. When I was watching the gameplay trailer, I was seeing all these flashy weapons and cool spells and these big dungeons, and I was thinking to myself, there's a little bit of Elder
But
Scrolls
8 different games on Sunday.
Obsidian.
Yeah, but did you
twist on it,
complete
as
them?
They always do.
And it also integrates on Twitch with your Steam as well.
Storytelling.
So it will
big
put the time for
set
you.
pieces in a gorgeous, dangerous world. to
Didn't beat a
explore,
single one.
And I'm gonna sink my teeth into it.
The Living Lands await in Avowed, coming sometime next year. Now, one of the cool things about PC games is that it's the platform for the eccentric and the experimental. This is the platform where unconventional games about hypnospace detectives or city builders on space wells are born, where Farming Simulator has its own esports scene. Our next game is in that same legacy of weirdness, but with plenty of interesting ideas underneath an art house exterior.
What's the name of that game?
Inda is a meditation on religion and authority, following a nun's existential journey with the devil by her side. Let's see what kind of trouble the game's creators encounter.
Oh, yo, Indica? Wait a minute, this one looks good. I remember Indica.
Let me tell you about Indica. Who is she, you ask?
This is by 11-bit Studio. They did Invincible.
She's a nun. A rather plain one, if you ask me. She prays a lot. Works hard.
Yes, that one. Okay, thank you.
Hard. Goodness. She even finds some time to chat with, what do you call it? Jot. Poor girl. Of all the boring places, why do you want to go to heaven?
Yep, 11-bit Studios. This one looks really good. I didn't see this part. That just came out of that just came out of nowhere. Dun, 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 dun.
Indica arrives on PC in early 2024.
Hopefully
Next,
early.
We've got a new game in a genre that continues to evolve and grow. The extraction shooter. Hbot is a colourful comic-style PvP/VE game where players deploy to a stylish island called Exile to battle lizard men and...
Ooh, I played just saw it shouldn't take you that long. It took me 4 hours to beat it.
Now playable in early access on Steam, here's a fresh look at Hbot.
I gave it like 45 minutes. Yeah, you need to go longer than that. It should take you around 4 hours to beat it. What language is that? Any announcements about the PC versions of Yakuza games? You mean Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth? That one, you mean? Nope. Into the Light.
Hbot is playable now in early access ahead of its full launch next year on PC and console. To claim free in-game items and premium currency, visit playhbot.com/rally today. Don't miss your chance. Make sure you drop into Exile with a full loadout for the full release of Hbot coming in 2024. Next on the Most Wanted countdown, Dragon's Dogma devotees finally get their
Let's go!
long-awaited sequel.
They just showed this. They just showed this 2 days ago. Yeah, it's on their side.
16. Dragon's Dogma.
Skill, here you go. Dragon Dogma 2.
If you're hoping for a
It's only with her.
Slaying,
So
you can't go wrong with Capcom's RPG cult hit. Capcom has shown just how good it is at creating.
I'm set to
action and
1080p.
fantasy RPGs with recent entries in the Monster Hunter series, and Dragon's Dogma 2 looks to continue that trend. Fresh crop of climbable chimeras and a bounty of befriendable pawns. The endless chain stretches on.
And I went
in
too far.
Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh, my bad.
With Dragon's Dogma 2, we're 10 games deep into the Most Wanted, and things are about to get a lot colder.
Oh, she's sharp again.
In 2018, Frostpunk won wide praise as a chillingly bleak city builder. In a sequel set 30 years later, new factions arise as resurgent humanity faces its new greatest threat, itself. Let's hear from the game developer in Poland, 11-Bit Studios.
Number 15, Frostpunk 2.
This studio's so busy. This is the same one with the Nun game.
The storm. But it changed us.
Survived. But at what cost?
Mere survival was no longer enough. We kept expanding. More and more people. Dreaming different futures. Conflicting futures.
Oop. Frostpunk 2.
Hi, I'm Kuba Stokalski.
And I'm Łukasz Juszczyk. We are both game directors responsible for Frostpunk 2, here at 11-Bit Studios.
What you've just seen is the first gameplay teaser of Frostpunk 2, and as you can clearly see, a lot has changed since the first game, especially the scale of our city.
But what remains the same is harsh post-apocalyptic atmosphere that hopefully will resonate with you once again.
Stay tuned for more, because the gameplay trailer for Frostpunk 2 is just around the corner.
I'm Brandon Sheffield, the creative director of Demon School, and I want to tell you about our tactical battle system. This is the planning phase where we'll plot our movements, which can be rewound at any time. Characters can only move in straight lines or side steps, like if you combined a king and a knight in chess. You attack enemies by running straight into them. You can see Faye did 1 point of damage here. Namako doesn't deal damage, but stuns and debuffs enemies, reducing their defense. Now if our other damage dealer Destin hits this demon, he'll do 2 points of damage. But we can take this further. If Newt, our healer, heals a character with full health, they get an attack buff. Destin now does 4 points of damage to this enemy. You can also do combos by pushing or pulling an enemy into another friendly character, as Namako and Faye are doing here. Once you're happy with your choices, you start the action phase and watch it go. These are the main puzzle pieces you'll be working with, but there are 15 characters, each with their own unique abilities for you to discover. You can also study new techniques, improve your relationships, fight huge bosses, and unravel the mystery of why demons are breaking through to the human world on this mysterious island. We hope you enjoy it.
A demon eating a whole stage. Interesting. Necrosoft, I think, wasn't that the operating system Zero Fires was using? Uh-oh. Spoke too soon. What is this? Here's a game for Zach. Oh my god.
Do not leave. Stream. We are watching you. Stream. We are in your machine. Stream. We are in your skin. Stream. Stream.
Oh my god. This is a streamer's worst nightmare. What is this?
Stream your death.
Dark web streamer. I want it. Give it to me right now.
With the only game on
Give it to me right now.
in early access,
Oh my god, that looks so cool.
specialists are asking an important question.
Give that to me right now.
Pump shotgun. From New Blood Interactive, here's our latest look at Gloomwood, featuring its upcoming underport area and introducing us to the terrifying Crowman.
Give that game to me right now.
Gloomwood.
Almost a radio of the Devolver segment. Yeah. Oh, I missed the lady from Devolver. That's Chi-Chi right there. Saying that she's hungry. I'm hungry!
Gloomwood opens the gates to the Underport District in early 2024.
Hi, Nessa.
Newegg is, of course, one of our favorite places to find upgrades, and later in the show, we'll be sharing some recommendations in our holiday wish list. But we've also partnered with Newegg to build a... Wait, am I reading this teleprompter right? We bought an egg-shaped computer.
What?
I'm inside. What's my target?
One new egg. Guess this is the egg. Oh.
See, you found my egg.
What the hell is it? What did I just... He's like, I'm just gonna drink my coffee now.
Head to pcgamer.com/egg to watch the full video. The next game on the Most Wanted would probably rank higher if we knew a single thing about it. I mean, it's a decade after the release of Grand Theft Auto 5, and GTA Online is still clearing $500 million every year.
Hi, Nessa.
How the hell do you follow that? And how scared should we be of the answer? Let's hear from our voting panel on how GTA 6 earned this position in our countdown.
See, we don't know if GTA 6 is even gonna be announced in December.
Number 13, Grand Theft Auto.
We have no idea. It could be some spin-off.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hi,
name is
fam.
S-Man, and I just wanted to share with you guys how incredibly excited I
Oh,
am.
here's
for
Kitty
Grand
Cat
Theft
in the
Auto
back.
6.
My personal pick for the PC gaming show Most Wanted has to be Grand Theft Auto 6, because at this point it has been about 10 years.
10 years since Grand Theft Auto 5.
Storylines are always absolutely fantastic.
It's one of the greatest video game franchises of all time.
I'm excited to dive into a new immersive world, new cities, new surroundings.
Just the amount of things that you can do in this open world sandbox, and whether you just want to screw around.
Rockstar recently acquired CFX, which is the company that own 5M, and that is where NoPixel is hosted, and NoPixel is one of my
GTA 6 is like Elder Scrolls. Lots of
I
talk.
hope you guys are excited as I am. I think Rockstar has
Lots
a
of
lot
talk
of
about
hype around
a
it right
new
now.
one. Never happens.
Very excited to see what happens.
Rockstar says
when the game comes out.
early of December, something's coming. Something will be announced. Yeah. GTA DLC watch. Everyone says it's gonna be GTA 6. But I think it's gonna be a mobile version of Grand Theft Auto. I'm bringing the chaos. It's gonna be a sticker of Grand Theft Auto. Oh, but it's GTA 3 remake? Just so you can laugh hard? Oh my gosh. Let's go on ODS. I hope it's Bully 2. Steam World build. They don't even have the game up.
Top of the Crown's Tyranny in Valorite, coming to early access in December. Our next game rounds out a killer combo of high-profile fighting games that have hit PC in the last year. Ready?
Killer Instincts? Oh?
Number 12.
Oh, Tekken 8. Yeah.
Tekken 8.
Duh. This just looks visually beautiful. Like, this game looks so crazy. The graphics for it?
For a rematch. With revised fighting mechanics going all in on aggression and 32 characters to try before you settle on the guy with the leopard head, Tekken 8 weighs in right in the middle of our most wanted list.
We're moving forward in our rankings with a sequel to a Metroidvania favorite. We're talking, of course, about Hollow Knight Silksong.
Oh, hey, Frankie. I think you
Chi-Chi!
on this one.
Hi, Sean. How did you do that?
There's your boy.
PC gaming show tradition to have
This is Chi-Chi's man right here.
Space frigate or in an underground facility, so
Kimchi!
around.
You video called a World War II bunker?
I did. My powers are great, and so is my excitement for Hollow Knight Silksong.
Oh, Chi-Chi missed him.
Number 11. Hollow Knight Silksong.
I wonder if Kimchi ran so fast that she tripped. This game's never. This is a game that's never coming out.
3 reasons why I'm excited for Hollow Knight Silksong. First, the graphics. I adore the original Hollow Knight art style, and they're giving me more, but elevating it with more detail.
Let me message her.
2, combat in motion. The original Hollow Knight somehow was able to blend super fast, snappy movement with slow, chunky Souls-like combat. And if you look at the Silksong trailer, you're seeing all sorts of new moves that allow you to dance around your enemies and jump around.
I want to really like Hollow Knight, but I don't like how the game feels.
And the biggest reason
is
exploration.
Maybe this one will feel be different.
There would be a ledge in the original Hollow Knight, but when I finally was
This is Nessa. When are you gonna finish Hollow Knight? And when it gets announced?
New enemies or entirely new zones, and it's that exact combination of a beautiful game that's fun and second-to-second gameplay that rewards my.
I've never played Hollow Knight before.
Oh, I literally can't wait for
to finish it before then. All right.
Thanks for your Silksong expertise, Sean. What began as a spin-off expansion,
Chi-Chi missed her man.
beloved Metroidvania,
She loves
is
Day
now
9.
one of our most sought-after
Loves.
assuming it leaves hiding someday. Before we move forward with more previews, we want your input, and we're offering a PC-sized reward. Follow the QR code on screen and complete our PC Gaming Show viewer survey.
Damn!
You could win a custom-built AC Mirage gaming PC powered by an Intel Core i9-14900K CPU. And now, a world premiere.
people have been reported missing. A male and a female were last seen heading to the...
You already won the PC? So that quick?
18
Yeah.
has not been seen since September 24th. We had a chance to speak with the mother.
It's been 3 years since he's been missing.
There are a lot of rumors about the lake. Do you personally believe that there's something sinister hiding in there? No, of course not. People love ghost stories, but in the end, they're just stories. Just stories. Just stories. Just stories. Just stories.
Just stories. Oh. Why are you fishing at night? Our Lady of the Drowned Lake. Why are you fishing at nighttime? Because that's when you catch the best fishes. Duh. No way. The fish can't see at night, chat. Come on. Fish can't see at night. Sillies. Gray Zone Warfare. Alright. Okay.
We're nearing the heavy hitters, selected by our panel of industry experts as their top 10 most wanted games. But first, a fresh look at the gun-fu gameplay of Spine.
Redline, as your combat AI, I have to warn you that pressing the wrong floor may lead to unexpected consequences.
Like that?
Who the fuck are you?
Damn!
Elevator this time.
Dude, get the hell out. Okay. You got my interest.
Bringing cinematic action choreography, Spine is coming soon to PC. We're just
How soon,
minutes
Frankie?
away from starting our top 10 countdown. And make sure you stick around all the way to the #1 game on our list to see some exclusive gameplay footage.
Excited.
But before that, here's a message from our friends at PC Game Pass.
Uh-oh. By the way, they just added like a bunch of games to Game Pass for next month. That's value right
For
there.
its first post-Destiny release, Bungie's taking a walk back through time for our first entry in the most wanted top 10. Wielding 30 years of sharpened shooter design, the studio is busy carving a new extraction shooter from the series that paved the way for Halo. So far, we haven't seen much of Marathon, but its mix of rampant AIs, mysterious alien precursors, unknowable space entities, and high saturation clone firefights are more than enough to earn slot number 10. Here's a special message from the studio.
Number 10, Marathon.
We won't be seeing this game for a while. Some of those I was
franchise game director.
I was intending to check out.
Incredibly humbled
possibly
by the reception
purchase.
Marathon has received since its announcement earlier this year. Being voted one of the most anticipated games on PC is an honor which absolutely motivates everyone on the project. The whole team's hard at work right now, building Bungie's take on the extraction shooter genre. And the next time you hear from us, we'll have a lot more to show, including gameplay. Thank you.
I genuinely cannot wait for that one. Right, let's keep things moving with a couple more trailers.
What you got for us?
My creation has gone rogue.
Who's that?
Shall rebuild it. I might die.
Is it building a map on the way?
And I am in control.
Okay.
Welcome to Crashlands. 2. Explore a world filled with wonder.
This running animation.
Things. And then slap them. Just slap it all. Except these. Best to make a home for yourself. But not just yourself. After all, if you're gonna make it on this planet, you'll need all the help you can get.
Slap it. Netflix, I see there.
Crashlands 2 drops onto Steam in 2024. At number 9 on the most wanted is the product of a simple design philosophy.
This feeling hoppy, yeah,
If you look
right?
hard enough, you can always find somewhere to put another skill tree, even if you end up making a second game in the process. Warm up that left mouse button because we're about to show you some Path of Exile 2. We traveled all the way to New Zealand to speak with the team, climbing the highest mountains to visit their studio in Auckland.
Number 9, Path of Exile 2.
It seems the old ways still hold some power.
You wonder if Path of Exile mobile will ever see the light of day? I don't know. I thought it was just always continuing to update the original. I didn't realize they were making another one.
Path of Exile 2 is basically our next generation action RPG. And one of the things we really wanted to make sure that we were doing with it is to make the action combat really, really excellent. We just want to make sure that anyone playing the game, you can play it like an action game, feels fun to play. We've added things like dodge rolls and like hack canceling, things like this. And it just means that the game just feels a lot better than it previously did, as well as everything else that you'd expect from a sequel to Path of Exile.
One thing in particular that sets Path of Exile apart is obviously the depth, but in the itemization systems, crafting systems, but also the sheer number of quantity of monsters, encounters. Like, we have over a decade of content that is going to be available in Path of Exile 2 as well.
For Path of Exile 2, we really want to keep the mechanics from Path of Exile 1 that are great, but we can now have the opportunity to rebuild them or restructure them in a way that is easier to understand and much more accessible for someone coming at it for the first time, and keep that depth there, either hidden away or much more natural to understand.
I think there's a big difference between depth and complexity. Path of Exile 2 in some ways is less complicated than Path of Exile 1 because we've simplified the sort of technical complexity around doing things like the way you socket skills and things like that to make it easier to understand. But at the same time, we're making sure that we keep all the depth in terms of character options and things that you can do. So everything is still there as far as like, what can I do to build my character? It's just that it is easier to do so because you don't have to be worrying, for example, about when you're changing your items that you're going to break the way your skills are working and things like that. So I think that actually new and regular players can tolerate a lot of depth. It's the complexity that we want to try and avoid. Huh. The dodge roll actually came about because we really wanted to be able to find a way to having some skills that took longer to do than other skills. But the problem with that is that skills feel really terrible if you start them and then you can't get out of them. So we really needed a way to make that interruption be possible, and the dodge roll was a really great way to do it. We actually already had a philosophy for Path of Exile 2 boss design where we wanted to make sure that everything was dodgeable. But previously we were just doing that by running around. But I think the dodge roll has actually changed a lot of things, and especially because, you know, now that you can expect a player to be able to do that, it means that we can have the expectation and the balance as well.
We've done fresh design on everything. We've taken some elements from PoE1 in terms of monsters, specific monsters, and brought them over and kind of, because they were fun to play. Like, why not replicate something that is still fun to play? But of course, it's full fresh coat of paint. There are definitely new systems. I'd say a lot of the monsters are faster, for example, which is where dodge roll helps to come into play. We have secondary AI systems that allow the monsters to do skills while they were performing another skill. Much like how a player can dodge roll to interrupt a skill, a monster can now do the same thing. We have a lot more monsters doing interactions with the environment. They'll interact with the world more, a lot more spawning from things, a lot more, like in one of our areas, the Isle of Kin, we have monsters riding on top of another monster. And then when they get close, they all jump off.
There's a lot of design changes that have had to go on.
Damn, look at that little baby.
The new skill system works.
Look at his teeth.
We're developing how crossbows should work. We kind of really looked at that and thought, okay, how can we make crossbows just feel completely different than bows? You know, if you look at a shooter, it's like pistols and shotguns and things like that. Like, what about those makes them different from each other? And so therefore, it makes the whole experience just feel so different than what a bow feels like now. You know, you want that like pull the trigger and it instantly fires. You know, that kind of instant response type of thing. And I think that as we approach each different character class, we're thinking like, how can we make the skills here feel so different than every other class?
For a lot of the really unique skill sets like the crossbows, which are almost basically guns, there's a lot of work that's been done in other games to make those feel great that we have the opportunity to bring into Path of Exile, and there's a lot of lessons of what works well in a shooter that can...
Yeah, basically monsters could be programmed to do things, yeah?
Get the animations right, get the timing right. We've done a lot of core...
Are they winning you over, ODS?
So that it feels like you've got as much control as you would in a shooter-focused game. There's a lot of what have other games done well that we can bring into Path of Exile that no ARPG is really built on, because they don't have the crazy level of skill variety that we ended up having.
So we've got a live stream later today where we're going to be showing off 2 of our character classes.
Okay.
We're really deep diving into the mechanics, and we're really excited to show that. So if you're interested to know more about Path of Exile 2, then tune into that later today.
There you go.
The old magics, not to be feared.
Now, if you're anything like me, you leave your Christmas shopping to the absolute last second and then speedrun the entire thing in a single afternoon of guest checkouts and regret.
It's me.
But what
Every
defines
year.
a PC gamer in your life? Well, our good friends at Intel have a few ideas. Here's 5 of their favorite gaming deals this holiday season, all on offer now at Newegg.
But
The Acer Predator Helios gaming laptop. Inside is an i7-13700HX CPU, an RTX 4070, 16GB of DDR5 memory, and 1TB of storage. We've been big fans of Acer's Helios machines for ages, and the new 16-inch Predator has fast become one of our favorite gaming laptops. It's the perfect combination of processor, graphics card, big 240Hz screen, and price. The 24-thread Intel CPU is mighty.
Up for negotiation here.
The 4070 graphics card also supports the magic of frame generation for a buttery smooth experience. This is the Gigabyte Aorus 15 gaming laptop, running on an i7-13700H CPU. RTX 4070 graphics, 16GB of DDR5 RAM, a 1TB Gen 4 SSD, and a 15.6-inch 165Hz QHD display.
If your needs are a little lighter, this only slightly smaller 15-inch Aorus is a great option. You still get a 20-thread Intel CPU with the same RTX 4070 GPU inside it and a high refresh rate.
Is the video a little delayed?
Screen. It still packs a serious punch, and if you want serious frame rates from the latest games, either of these laptops has you covered. We've also got the MSI Katana 17 gaming laptop. An
PCs are for nerds.
620H processor.
Are you on a PC writing this?
4070 GPU, 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, and a 1 terabyte SSD. If you're looking for a lot of screen real estate, MSI's 17-inch chonker will get the job done without costing a bomb. The 13th Gen Core i7 is a 16-thread chip. The machine still sports an RTX 4070 graphics card to handle all the newest releases, and you content creators are going to love the massive 32 gig of DDR5 memory this expansive laptop has to offer. Next, MSI's Aegis gaming rig, carrying the i7-13700F CPU, an RTX 4060 Ti, another spacious 32 gigs of DDR5 with 2 terabytes.
I should put it on a t-shirt.
So yeah, you remember that big black obelisk
PCR
from the
for
start
nerds.
of 2001: A Space Odyssey, right? MSI's Aegis R PC very much has that vibe, but also throws in a little RGB gaming flair. Inside this monolith, you'll find a beefy 24-thread Intel CPU and way more memory and storage than you'd usually find in a PC at this price. Finally, we have the 12th Gen Core and Arc bundle, an i7-12700K CPU and the Arc A770 with a $50 discount. But there ain't much that can top the feeling of building a gaming machine with your own 2 hands. And these Intel Silicon bundles will allow you to do that at a bargain price. For us, pairing a 12th Gen i7 with an ASRock Arc 770 is a real smart money play, because these older CPUs share a ton of DNA with the latest 14th Gen chips, and this graphics card has only got faster since launch. Damn, those are some powerful computers.
Damn, Frankie.
Santa thinks we'd all be nice this year, or at least he hasn't heard any of the things you've said in solo queue voice chat. Okay, our next game is a.
I need your help though. I got a new liquid cooler. Yeah, my room.
You didn't know you needed.
Right, PC is always feels like an oven.
Soon. This is Death Grip.
That is get a colder room. All right, what we got here? New Wave Racer game. Pod racing. I see you get to blow up people. Death Grip. Okay, like that. Well, that's available today too as well. All right, well, let me add that on the list.
Now that's what I legally can't call pod racing.
I'm not gonna lie though, that logo was pretty hard to read.
There are an incredible amount of video games, and we want to help you decide which ones are the most deserving of attention. But if you're watching and wondering, hey, why isn't the Elder Scrolls 6 one of the most wanted games? Well, let me explain. Our voting process for the most wanted list prioritizes games that are imminent and that we know lots of information about.
We don't know anything about GTA.
Games release date,
wait a minute.
Is by our voting system. But still, there's a long list of high-profile
We
games.
don't know anything about GTA. We're just speculating.
Years. While theoretically enormous, they're frustratingly.
The motorcycle game on the 64 where you race in that was
to see how many of these I can rattle through.
I know which one you're talking about.
Ready?
Oh my god.
The Elder Scrolls 6, Bioshock 4, which was announced 4 years ago, the eventual Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, The Witcher remake, Project 007.
We just finished Cyberpunk. Give them a break.
Incredible Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Come on, BioWare, let's see it. Death Stranding 2. Star Wars Eclipse, yes. The Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell remake. Oh, and that untitled Fallout-like RPG from New Blood Interactive. Arm 4, that League of Legends fighting game that looks really good. A Wonder Woman game. The new Indiana Jones game from the folks that made Wolfenstein. Good and Evil 2, which has been in development for something like 15 years.
Never coming out.
The Escape series and Crisis 4. Crisis 4.
Although,
catch my breath.
there's the
Let's see
20th anniversary of Good and Evil.
Have gameplay footage.
All right, what we got here?
Our world is in chaos. The gods and their armies of the dead seek to rule.
Another Star Wars game.
We call home. I'll be damned if I let that happen.
You need this. You need this lady to do your presentation because I went over the time limit, and you need to do it again. Oh no!
Survivor.
Frankie's awesome.
Soldier. God killer.
Humanity. Whoa! You have to ride the kitty cat that's with you? I am sold. I want in. Give it to me right now. Summer!
Time for a word from our good friends at Mad Mushroom.
Mad Mushroom is a publishing company that is going to be a little different from other publishing companies.
Mad Mushroom gives us the opportunity to enter the games industry while at the same time elevating and amplifying the message of hundreds of indie developers.
You are literally working.
That looked good though. Flint Rock looked good.
Influencers to figure out how to make your game as enjoyable as possible, not just to play, but also from a content viewing perspective.
If you're a developer and you're interested in us publishing your game, you can go to madmushroom.gg. Check it out. We're very passionate and we're very excited about what we're doing here.
All right, soda poppin'.
In a city that never sleeps, innovators like
Trisha.
Sierra Short and the All Street New York City Collective remind us that with the right tools, like the Alienware laptop, the boundaries of art and technology can be pushed beyond our imagination. That's where Alienware's top-of-the-line computers come in. Introducing our real-life XP boost, the Alienware Power Boost Benefit. Scan our QR code or visit the site below to see how Alienware is undeniably stepping up the game.
Oh, Island of Insight. All right, this game is really cool as well. I played a demo of this.
Island as a seeker. Your goal is to explore.
It's like if you love puzzles, you'll love this game.
Ancient wonders and natural beauty. Solve its mysterious puzzles and unveil the secrets of the islands. We designed the world to be brimming with thousands of handcrafted puzzles.
Add it to,
each of them carefully
definitely add this one to your wish
landscape.
list, Pete. Definitely add it.
You might start off solving logic puzzles and then decide to search
Especially if you
for
like
hidden
puzzling
objects
games.
or go find some perspective.
I think there's like
puzzles to take on.
I think there's like 10,000
Designed by
puzzles or
some
something
of
like
the
that.
best minds in puzzle design. Our puzzles vary in difficulty and are thoughtfully crafted to be
Add everything on my wish list.
challenging and satisfying to solve.
Maybe maybe you need to start playing games longer than 45 minutes. Stop going to all these 15 meetings.
Choose where to go, which puzzles to solve, and in what order. All at your own pace.
Yeah, you can do it at your own
You
pace.
can solve puzzle
Go anytime you
quests,
want.
new areas in the campaign, or explore the main island, an expansive open world where most of the puzzles and secrets are found. Wander around the sublime landscapes on foot, or glide above them. Our shared world allows for
You mean it right now?
seamless
Talking about
interactions and collaboration
about
between
millions of
players.
dollars?
You can interact
Is
with
it
others for a
is
bit
it
of
or
guidance,
is any of it
or you
involving
can play
gaming?
entirely on your own. This is your adventure. In today's fast-paced world, we hope Islands of Insight delivers a sublime escape for players looking to unwind. If
Now.
you want to discover more, play our demo today
Mhm.
on our Steam page.
In 1999, Homeworld brought RTS space combat fully into 3 dimensions. Now, 20 years after Homeworld 2, it's a very different world for real-time strategy.
and an excellent time for a comeback. From Blackbird Interactive, this is Homeworld 3.
Number 8.
The ice I was eating, it got really cold.
First batch of bombers rolling off the line. Looking good.
What a surprise. Never mind, it was on your wishes already? You probably saw it from me. I wrote an article about it.
Homeworld 3 is a 3D strategy game set in space, but it's incredibly cinematically compelling.
When we were first starting up on Homeworld 3, we were thinking, what are some of the coolest spectacles you can think of in the universe that you would want to play?
Is Dr. Evil there?
Or
Where?
around?
In essence, Homeworld 3 was really our original dream of Homeworld 2. The problem was, in the late 90s, early 2000s, the vision for Homeworld 3 was utterly impossible to make.
Massive coronal sun ejections, massive battles in asteroid fields.
Massive environments with these giant megaliths, you know, like gigantic Death Star-sized things that would create an interesting landscape for the player to move their units through. We had to wait 20 years before we could do that. So anyone who's interested in strategy or strategy-like games, we want to immerse basically anyone who loves science fiction.
For us, Homeworld 3 is a love letter to the
June 11,
fans of the
2023?
franchise that have been with us over the last 20, 22 years. And with Homeworld 3, we want to just continue that amazing feeling that you got.
Oh,
from
is Dr.
playing
Evil in the,
Homeworld 1 back in
okay, the
day,
meeting.
and give that to you again.
That's for Pete the answer.
You can play Homeworld 3 at the pace that you want to play. Tactical pause are going to allow you to actually just pause the game 100%. We have a classic controls, which you'll know and love from Homeworld 2. And then we have our modern control scheme. And that one is built around FPS controls that you know and love from the games that you've played before. So MOBA players, RTS players from other games will be able to quickly understand, okay, if I want to go somewhere, I just click on this element here. Cinematic combat is such a huge pillar to the franchise. We want you to be able to get in there, find the coolest camera angle, and enjoy the spectacle. For anybody who's never played a Homeworld game, they'll be able to get right into the action.
We wanted choke points. We wanted interesting strategic decision-making for the player.
When engaging in combat, terrain will actually matter. We have tunnels where you can actually take your fighters and frigates through those things, and that will actually remove you from the enemy sensors, so you can ambush them. You can actually use a larger ship to take fire for another ship.
So in Homeworld 3, we focused a lot on
20 years
wasn't already
to make
available
this.
for us
Wild.
in Unreal. We wanted to figure out the more distinct views that the game would have that separate Homeworld from any other game, which is mostly the
I need to start
skybox
thinking
and
what
to give
is
that
for
feel of
inner
being in
chat.
space. When you go into a nebula, the ship understands how much coverage it has from that, which will affect the concept of fog of war in the game. We knew that we wanted persistent damage on the ships, and so then we focused on what that system would be like.
You'll see the history of your battles as you go through the whole
Or
thing.
lunch, I mean.
Please
After-
wishlist and
Dinner? What?
pre-order the game. We're super excited to have you.
What am I talking about? March 8th.
A myth, a tale of a long-forgotten saint. For there was once an empty potential about to be birthed into existence. But the potential was greeted by short-sightedness, although nigh honestly covetous nor completely barren. It swallowed up everything that was given.
Back in the colors.
The saint, reincarnate as fit and proper, but never aware. Dictated from beyond by blessed ignorance and idle hands. Uji's solidarity, like a utopian hummus. Blessed be she. Life is not given, but received. And her worth lies therein. Blessed be she. Blessed be she.
Great animation.
Blessed is she.
Uh-oh. That looks sick. February 13th. That look amazing. That look really, really cool.
Perhaps you've heard of an obscure little indie game called Stardew Valley?
No.
Or maybe the hundreds of cozy life sims it inspired.
Stop exposing me,
Sam.
Sam.
Busy
Frankie.
trying to rebottle the farm life lightning. Stardew's solo dev is leaving the barnyard behind. From two editors at PC Gamer, Lauren Morton and Molly Taylor, let's hear more about.
I'm gonna add that one to my list. What was the other one called? Ultras.
Number 7, Haunted Chocolatier.
What a name.
Molly, you and I end up talking about cozy games on the PC Gamer Chatlog podcast quite a bit. Which is why it's so exciting that its creator, Eric Baroni, is currently working on his next game,
This one for you?
Where
This one for
instead
you,
of us
Nessa?
being on a farm, we're like running a chocolate shop instead, which sounds super exciting. We haven't seen a whole lot about Haunted Chocolatier yet. We've seen a brief trailer and we've seen some screenshots. We've seen like boss battles potentially. We've seen a bit of the new cozy town. We've seen some expanded combat over the Stardew Valley formulas. So we're definitely anticipating hearing more about it as it continues development. So I'm really excited to see how Baroni is going to take that formula and evolve on it. And I have a pretty good feeling that Haunted Chocolatier is going to be setting the standards for cozy games for years to come.
Uh-oh.
Assistance required on the corner of 5th and 24th Street. A gas station has exploded and we require immediate medical attention.
Received loud and clear. We're on our way. ETA approximately 5 minutes.
Ambulance Simulator. Oh my god, I wasn't. I thought I was joking. Ambulance Life. Paramedic Simulator. Man, for me to play that, you know it's gonna be chaotic.
Overwhelm us.
Chi-Chi, I was messaging you so much. You missed
everybody.
You missed your day 9.
We must keep them from reaching the enclave at all costs.
You missed day 9. The puppers needed to pee. It's all good. It's all good.
Lorelei, it's been an honor fighting by your side.
Likewise, my friend. But we'll make it out of here. That's a promise.
He came on stream, Chi-Chi. Next time.
Fate brought us here. We did not come by choice. The silence that devoured my home. Please, guiding star, send me a sign.
Queen Lorelei of Erengard, they call me Myrna. The bird will guide you to my side when the time comes.
The crusade brings you a better future. Soon, there shall only be silence.
The void will devour everything unless we stop the crusade.
Firstborn, starborn, even constructs. Deep down, we are all as one.
Huh.
A vibrant blend of 4X management and card-based RTS battles, Songs of Silence.
Chi-Chi, what's for lunch?
Spring 2024. Next up on the most wanted highway, a game that knows nothing beats a road trip. Just you, your car, the open road, and the interdimensional horrors bubbling forth from reality's cosmic wounds.
Leftovers.
Number 6, Pacific Drive.
Oh, all right. What's this?
The Olympic Peninsula, the crown jewel of the Pacific Northwest. Its unmatched views and quiet solitude offer everything you need in the most beautiful place on Earth.
There is no cause for alarm. Take shelter in the closest pocket of stability in your area, and please refrain from thoughts or memories of home.
The chain of events were in plain sight. Strange accidents leading to the government's claim of eminent domain and subsequent seizure of the peninsula. The evacuation of 100,000 people, and the attempt and abject failure at containing the rumors that spread like wildfire.
Hours before Arda came to extract us.
Some zone secrets are...
I actually love the little navigation in cars, the little ball globe. The ball compass. As a kid, I don't know, I was so fascinated with that.
Martyr or monster?
Nothing had more potential than limb technology. And look what it did to the Olympic Peninsula.
And to get more into this game, you try this game at PAX West? Hell yeah. All right, I'm invested. You got me. You got me. I want in. Let me in. Let me in. That wasn't my wish list. 2024 is to be busy already. I can't. Night fishing. What was the other game called?
I just love that we're seeing smaller studios take a swing at Souls-like gameplay. Mortal Crux is coming soon to early access. Coming up, we're nearly at the top of our list. It's time for a second helping of Helldivers as the most wanted countdown continues.
Hey, why didn't it show up?
Number 5, Helldivers 2.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
If there's one thing we value, it's interstellar combat with giant acid-belching insects, or as the fine soldiers of Super Earth call it.
Yeah, there's Pete. He has a game wish list that I see, Pete.
Shooting in third
2 months
person,
away.
The Helldivers redeploy for co-op, and our panel of experts.
I don't think it's out yet. Or is it? That was. I don't think it's out yet.
Helldivers 2 arrives on PC for some co-op Starship trooping on February 8, 2024. Now, we turn to the unholy rebirth of a 2009 strategy cult classic. When Hell's throne sits empty, its greatest devils march to war in this stylishly sinister game of ungodly grand strategy. Here's the latest trailer for Solium Infernum.
Set in the bureaucratic nightmare of hell, Solium Infernum is a political strategy game like no other. The Prince of Darkness has vanished, and to ascend to the Dark Throne as ruler of hell, you must prove to the infernal conclave that you are the most powerful archfiend.
Go get some coffee. Look dead on stream. Wow, thanks, Roshan. Thank you.
That can turn the tide of battle. Command legions,
coming up in here. Say I look dead on us.
And attempt to outbid your fellow
on a sponsored stream. This man, get out of here. I was reading something over here. I'm looking at another
To
monitor.
exploit the archfiend, for it is malice and malevolence that win favor in hell. Insult and extort your enemies, goading them into open warfare, or worse, humiliation. Scheme in your sleep, with
Right, audience?
asynchronous
Hey, you look like
multiplayer.
crap.
Investing just a moment each day in games that can last for
This
weeks.
guy.
There are no loyalties here in the Abyss, and betrayal is the name of the game. Solium Infernum isn't called a friendship destruction simulator for nothing. Better to rule in hell than serve in heaven.
Not wrong. No, you don't get to come back after that. You had no. It's too late for that now.
History is
Hope that you've
defined by
been well
moments when
otherwise.
its
No,
righteous
there's no
timbers
chance for
collide.
that. You blew
In
it.
January, the world will stand witness as Yakuza's very best boys unite for an
Zero
open-spanning
Fire!
RPG adventure.
Zero
And
Fire, where you
probably
at?
Like some mahjong? Like a Dragon earned high marks from our voting crew.
This is your
Let's
game,
see
Zero
who's
Fire.
got cooking.
Number 4, like a dragon, infinite wealth.
I really, really need your help, like right now. I'd take a bullet for a bud any day. Take cover!
You can always turn a new leaf, but you can't turn back the clock.
I don't know. I don't know if
All
Danny's
you
in the
get
game.
is the
I don't know.
precious time you're given. You ready for this, Kasuga?
Let's do this.
I don't know.
You haven't missed
Right,
your chance
Vince?
to
Look at
have
that.
a PC giveaway. Follow the QR code on screen now and complete our viewership survey. Once you're done, you'll be in the running to win a custom AC Mirage PC created by the talented guys at Blue Horse
What should I
Studios
eat?
and boasting a Core i9 14900K CPU from the show's presenting sponsor, Intel. Hell yeah, free computers. We're just a few games away from the
We are.
#1 game in our countdown, and from showing you some exclusive gameplay footage I think you're going to like. But first, here's another game from our wishlist, Crown Wars: The Black Prince.
War, your great passion. How appropriate, for it makes you blind to our ascension. We were here well before your kings, before your religions. We will be here after your empires. We are domination. We are power beyond imagination. We are blood, death, multitude. We are the terror that whispers.
How many things are you? You only be a little so few. You can't be everything. We are this. I'm getting hungry, chat.
You may be many things, but we have hope.
Manage your forces for medieval tactics in Crown Wars: The Black Prince, coming
Anything for
March
lunch?
2024.
I don't know yet. I'm looking.
Sometimes PC gaming gives us games that empower us to make games. Our next studio visit is with the group behind
I
Everywhere,
legit thought you
an
just said you were
ambitious
eating
creation
salt,
platform
and that's I'm like,
currently
what?
Let's hear a little more about the
I'm
big
eating
vision
salt.
behind Everywhere.
That's it. I made really bad poutine, and I'm kind of regretting it now.
Game director here, Build Rocket Boy,
you
and
get?
I'm working on Everywhere.
That's why you come in. That's why you come in here with a sour attitude.
So it's a world of creativity, exploration, and discovery, underpinned by really high-quality systems that hopefully inspire the next generation of games creators and world builders.
You're cooking potato wedges? Oh, that sounds so
the
good.
game director of Everywhere and Mind's Eye, founder
build a rocket boy. Everywhere is a place where players can tell their stories, where they can build their own world. There's shooting elements, there's driving elements, there's puzzles. Players can build UGC, take part in many different experiences, and they can also play a AAA game called Mind's Eye. Tools, which we call Arcadia, they're a part of everywhere, so you don't have to jump to a separate executable to trigger them. We built the platform with UGC in mind, so it's inherent to the games.
Arcadia, I think, is a really wonderful suite of creation tools that we're using internally to build content within the platform. I think that's really important. If you're using one set of tools and then giving a lesser subset,
I want to make sure I order this at the right time.
Realize the limitations of the tool set they've been given, whereas we want everything that players play within everywhere to serve as inspiration because they have the same tools that we use to build that experience.
So you could look at Utopia as the hub where you socialize. It's where you come into the games, meet up with your friends before you decide to go play the entertainment that you and your posse will like to.
It's a place that you arrive in within everywhere, and then you can use it as like the launch pad, jump into any other type of experience. Go and explore the open world of the biomes surrounding Utopia City. You can jump into the district buildings that curate specific types of content, or you can jump into anything you want to through our portals or through invite some other players. But essentially that's the kind of foundation that you use to kind of experience all these other interesting kind of facets and gameplay experiences.
The progression system of the game, the actual gameplay of everywhere sits within the biomes, and then you've got these abstracted other areas which we call arcs, and they're pieces of UGC content that we build and our players will build, and they're held separately from the main world.
They're connected by virtue of the fact they're all part of this one ever-evolving, ever-changing world called Everywhere, and they're all connected, so using the same character and the same data to kind of traverse these different experiences, but they're not causally related or narratively related. You know, we were intentionally take a very light touch with the narrative within the game because we want this to be a world where players have agency and they have freedom to infer their own stories and their own world building within this space, and we don't really know what they're going to do with it, and we really want to earnestly kind of move forward with them and help them build this world with us. If you were kind of able to take part in a shared reality with other players of all different types who had all different types of backgrounds and experiences and wants and needs, but they're all being fulfilled by the creative potential of one particular platform, I think that'd be a really exciting place to be.
The purpose of our alpha test, it's more of an infrastructure test.
The first people moving into this world are going to be able to check out our systems, allow us to do a lot of kind of testing of the back ends and all that kind of stuff. But they're also going to be kind of the intrepid explorers, the first into this brand new horizon, the first people to experience the tools and be able to build some really cool content with them. We're keen for everybody to get involved. You know, like I said, this is a game that's been built from the very beginning with people like you sat at home watching this video right now in mind. So I implore you, please come to everywhere.game, sign up for the alpha.
And we're very excited to hear player feedback.
Time for a new world. Let's build it.
Hey, what's this game about? This everywhere game. That's it? What? It's the same trailer from last time. What is this game about?
We're closing in on number one.
All right,
First,
Frankie.
The follow-up to a roguelike with fittingly mythical acclaim.
Number 3.
Hades 2. Random Life Simulator. It seems like it.
After 3 years, and who knows how many deaths, we still can't get enough Hades. And apparently neither can its developers. In Supergiant's first sequel, Hades is imprisoned and the Titan of Time is loose. You're the witchcraft-wielding princess of the underworld, striking out against the forces of Kronos. It's really something to imagine how Hades 2 could build on.
I legit thought I had my music playing because it's the same song that I play on my stream. It's a Game Pass. Alright, there's a sequel to this game. I forgot about it. What? This guy. It was literally voted for most anticipated game at the Game Awards. Oh yeah, this is made by the people who remade who did Sonic Mania. What? Let's just talk about the story. Finishing the main. Wait, is it? I didn't know that. Wait, what? Wait, what? What? What did you didn't know? Well, this is not the game. This is just a trailer. But once you see the gameplay, you will see that it resembles Sonic a lot. There it is. What was his name? It's like head something. Anyway, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, this looks like a Sonic game," and it's people who remade Sonic Mania.
We think of the PC as the birthplace of platformers, but we continue to see outstanding.
Let's do Frankie.
2D
We mean
3D platformers
Easy.
each year. Nice.
Frankie.
Okay,
Kids will enjoy it. That's right.
However many boss kills you've got under your belt, the greatest test for
No
every
shot. You're
character
bringing Elden Ring DLC.
Millennia. The second greatest test is patience. And by God, FromSoft, haven't we been tested enough? Torrent needs his exercise. As we scratch at the locked door of the lands between for details, let's hear from some of our voters about what they're expecting from this expansion.
Number 2, Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erd Tree.
It's never coming out, chat.
I'm extremely excited about the Elden Ring DLC.
Well, Miss Mika, you're gonna be disappointed.
Personally, I'm hoping that they will introduce a new vast area to explore that gives you that same magical feeling as exploring Limgrave for the first time.
Nope.
Just something new and exciting around every corner, pretty much. In terms of boss fights, I'm hoping there will be bosses that are even harder than the base game. If we go back to previous From Software games, typically
You're playing this game with a dense DDR pad. You want more?
Some examples would be Medir, Gale, Orphan of Cos, Sister Fried, Manus. I would definitely say. It would be thrilling to see if they could come up with a boss that's even more difficult than Millennia. Story-wise,
I give up gaming.
Millennia's brother Mikola, which has been very much hinted and.
What if someone was just playing off stream though?
Game.
She's just there dancing every
They
stream,
can release this DLC soon enough.
and she's like, it's
One
all
final
a lie.
Featured in our show today is the return of a true cult classic. We saw this studio right at the beginning of the show with horror game Still Wakes the Deep, but they're also working on the second coming of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Okay.
Tell me, Willem, what rumors?
Speaking about a game that I thought was never coming out, the fact that we're seeing gameplay for this.
And what will I be to you, Willem? And to this lonely, forgotten warehouse?
Game, like I feel like they had so much, there's so many spin-offs.
You're exactly what he said you'd be. I guess that makes it easier.
Makes what easier?
What happens next?
Fall 2024.
Let's recap the top 25 so far. Still Wakes the Deep, Sword of the Sea, Holston, Persona 3.
There's some games that that look really good. I'm excited for.
Hbot, Star Wars Outlaws, Skate Story, Menace, Avowed, Dragon's Dogma 2, Frostpunk 2, Gloomwood, Grand Theft Auto 6, Tekken 8, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Marathon, Hearth of Exile 2.
Hey, where'd my tweet go?
3, Haunted Chocolatier, Pacific Drive, Helldivers 2, Like a Dragon,
Oh, there it is.
Infinite Wealth, Hades 2, Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erd Tree.
We've ranked 24 of our 25 most wanted games, each capturing a different piece of our fascinations. We've had meditative sword surfing, demonic skateboarding.
So are these games coming out? Or these are the most wanted games. So a lot of them are coming out at the beginning of the year, and a lot of them are coming out next year as well.
The games we can't help but hunger for. But for our panel of experts, one game more than any other had a clear hold on our hopes. This game received the highest voting total from our panel of critics, developers, and content creators. It's the long-awaited return of a series that found.
And then they made a list of games that we don't know too much about, but we want. So
attention and dystopic beauty that's never quite been matched. But also, this game is a testament to developer fortitude. This is a project that's weathered wartime, including office relocations and most recently, a severe studio fire. Here is our most wanted game.
Yeah, for us.
Number 1, Stalker 2, Heart of Cornoble.
Oh yeah.
Hello everyone. I'm Yevgen, the CEO of GC Game World and the game director of Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. Recording this video feels almost surreal as I accept the award for the most anticipated PC game. Being here proves that several elements much larger than myself aligned for this moment to happen. Firstly, it's about you.
Just give me Elden Ring DLC. We will know when it's coming out. They never announced it. I would assume they'll announce it at Game Awards.
You refused to leave the zone. You enriched it with stories, love, and life, ensuring that legacy continues through the years. You've shown us that there are still goals to achieve and stories to tell. Your passion has guided us throughout this journey, and I can never express enough gratitude for that. I consider this award a symbol of your unbreakable trust. Secondly, it's about the journey itself. This path was extraordinary, marked by dedication, passion, and commitment from everyone involved to deliver an unforgettable experience. I feel blessed to lead a team like this, and I dedicate this award to those talented individuals.
Oh yeah.
Stalker 2 stands as the biggest and most complex game in our lives. It was ambitious from the beginning, but evolved into an ultimate challenge. It holds extreme significance and a deeply personal connection for us, crafted amidst the most stressful conditions imaginable, including the pandemic, war, relocation, cyber attacks, life threats, and more. Additionally, it's about the legacy. Stalker began as a PC franchise and has always been loyal to the PC community. Receiving this award at the PC Gaming Show feels like a confirmation that we will remain true.
Look, did you see my tweet about McDonald's?
This holds extra significance for me. I understand that discussing somber topics during a gaming show might not be ideal, but I'll take this opportunity to address the situation in my homeland. The war still goes on in Ukraine. Those currently fighting on the front lines, including GC employees, are real heroes.
Look at this chat.
All of them were trained for this.
Adult Happy Meals.
Couldn't turn away. Stalker 2 was important for us even before the war, but now it stands as a national product, aiming to convey Ukraine's unbreakable spirit to the world. Today,
I want a toy.
We celebrate our victory here, while simultaneously striving for our homeland's ultimate triumph in the future. I am overwhelmed with the joy to recognize that Stalker 2 entered the final phase of development. Fellow Stalkers will soon reunite in the zone once again.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought.
Thank you all for this award. I assure you, it holds far more meaning than I can express.
Oh, this game
in a
came out
foreign
already.
language. Now, I want to show you the story trailer we have prepared for this occasion. Please enjoy.
Very, very sweet. Made in the Ukraine. That's right. Starting on the 6th of December.
You asked me about my good luck charm. Remember?
I did.
It's an empty shell.
Decided to play soldier with me? Dimitri and I were just discussing a certain puzzle we found in the zone. But we can't quite seem to get all the pieces to fit. Maybe you can figure it out.
It reminded me that we used to be puppets.
I took just one awkward step.
Otis is on Hinge right now.
I'm sorry, Strider.
That was the day. Suddenly, the voice of Monolith was gone. I felt as if I was awakening from a years-long coma. And through the scope, we saw the body of an unknown soldier fall.
We had a simple choice. Sit back and just wait for another super emission, or take a chance and get control of the anomalous energy.
Only I didn't choose that path. Unlike you.
I didn't choose anything. I don't even know what you're even talking about, man. It wasn't even me, man.
Thank you for joining us in counting down the PC gaming show Most Wanted. And
Hey,
thank you as well to our sponsors at Inda
Frankie,
for
thank you
helping
so
us
much.
on this broadcast.
Frankie, thank you for being a host.
And remember, all the games
Great
featured in
host.
today's show can be found on the PC Gaming Show Steam page at pcgamer.com/wishlist.
Mhm.
The Most Wanted list will continue in 2024. The overflowing bounty of PC gaming does not quit, and neither will our judges.
I think
But
2024 is
until
going to be
then,
a.
we'll be back here in June
It's going to be
2024
another stack year for gaming.
if I can find my way out of this bunker. They've locked me in and I think they're about to turn the lights out. Thank you again for watching.
Well, chat, there you go. Hopefully you just added more to your backlog. It's not my fault. I don't want to hear about it. No complaints, okay? Pray for our wallet. It's always partially your fault. How? Even when I'm not involved? It's not my fault. I didn't make this show. Thank you for watching. Hey, thank you for having me. There you have it, chat. There you have it. Huge thanks for them for allowing me to do this and letting me be a sponsored streamer for this. Any games caught your interest? You gonna watch the Path of Exile thing? I'm not into that game, to be honest. Don't know. I'm not really into that game.